give her guidance. The mother can give her guidance. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. And the last topic, brothers and sisters, that I will say very quickly, and that is, in this country again, brothers and sisters, we face identity loss, identity crisis for our children. The reason, most of us came to this country in an adult status. Alhamdulillah, most of us are mu'mineen, we participate in masjid, we don't have any problem with that. We have learned our faith in our traditional way. When we were back in Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan and Lebanon and those places, at that time our character was built, and at that time we gained our faith. Therefore, there is nothing that scares us. We're not going to lose our faith. But our children who are either first generation here or second generation, they're born here, those are facing completely different situation than we are. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, nobody had internet. Nobody knew what satellite TV channel is. But nowadays, you cannot live without internet. Those children that you see, they have more knowledge about internet, about information that at their disposal than I am. Therefore, the challenges have grown up. If I want to grab them and teach them the same traditional way, teach them about Islam, about my faith and religion, they reject it. Therefore, I have to be innovative. I have to find new ideas. How I come and present the material again in a good way that they will learn it. If I have good books, I bring good books for them to read. If I can myself explain Islamic matters in a good way, in a more presentable way, an up-to-date way, that's not. If not, then I should search. Find for speakers, for CDs, ask my children to read about it, so they can remove those kind of, ambiguities in their mind. You see, religion is not anymore an abstract that you just go and listen to the speaker and you get it. Nowadays, for anything you want to build a home, don't you call the architect, the engineer, tell him develop a 3D model for me, a presentation, a TV and overhead presentation so I can see it? The same thing with our children. We need to tell them an up-to-date information, how Islam copes with those in a very nice and modern way. And Islam is a pro-science. Islam is a pro-knowledge. Islam is very compatible with science, brothers and sisters. Here, let me give you this piece of evidence. 1400 years ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran said that those skies, heavens and earth were all ones, and we have torn them apart. The ayah says, صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما. That heavens and earth were all in a single chunk, in a big chunk, and we have torn them apart. Just 25 years ago, the new model, the new theory came about astronomy, that this universe was all compact in one big dense layer, and all of a sudden there was a Big Bang. And the Big Bang theory, about 14 billion years ago, that took place, that had made and established this universe. Steve Hawking, if you have heard of him, the great astronomer of all time, he's a British man, and he's a physicist. He's handicapped if you've seen him. He came up with this theory, that if Big Bang theory is a true theory, then what it tells us that this universe has an originator, has a creator, and that creator is God. Islam 1400 years ago have said this one. This is how we should present it to our community. This is how we should present it to our children, so we should not lose them. And last thing, brothers and sisters, that we should give some room for our children, for our youth to take the leading role. In our traditions, we have this in mind, that the elders always should get the preference. Of course, the elders should be respected. We need their advice. We need their comments. That's wonderful. And they're always are the respected members of community. But it is not always that they are the best. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi says, لَيْسَ الْأَكْبَرُ الْأَفْضَلِ بَلِ الْأَفْضَلِ هُوَ الْأَكْبَرُ. It is not always the older should be the preferred. The preferred one is the best one. And could be a guy, a young man, could be an adult. One day Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, once he became Khalifa, a group of people came to salute him and congratulate him. The speaker was a 10-year-old boy. Out of 150 group members, they were all adults. A speaker stood up, he was 10-year-old, and started saluting the Khalifa. Khalifa said, "Aren't there anyone older than this guy to speak up, this child to speak up?" The same boy said, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, based on your logic, you don't deserve your seat. You are also not supposed to be a Khalifa, because I am sure in society there are older than you. So don't look at my age, look at what I say." Therefore, the youth, sometimes you will be amazed, the brothers and sisters, how innovative they are, how resourceful they are, and how they can run an entire city, let alone a community or one event and function. I have taken too long. Please, I apologize. Please forgive me. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا لما يحب ويرضى، أن يوفقنا لصيام هذا الشهر الشريف وقيامه واتباع تعاليمه إن شاء الله. And a special dua for the flood victims in Pakistan, for other victims. We will recite أمن يجيب 5 times very quickly. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. تابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات. إنك مجيب الدعوات، إنك قاضي الحاجات، إنك على كل شيء قدير. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.